Hi, I'm Susan Naugle, President of Gettysburg Borough Council. As a resident of the borough or a property owner of the borough, you're probably aware of discussions that we've been having in Borough Hall about how we're going to manage stormwater. And we've been provided some state and federal mandates under the Clean Water Act. One of the things that the Borough Council has done is we've created a Stormwater Authority, which will manage the MS4 program. You may not think much about stormwater. It rains and it comes off your roof, down your downspouts, down your driveways, your sidewalks. It goes to the street and disappears into the nearest stormwater drain. What you don't see are miles of pipes, some in better shape than others, under the borough that capture all of that runoff and anything that comes with it and dumps it into our local small streams. And eventually it's going to go downstream and end up in the Chesapeake Bay. There are good reasons to manage stormwater. First of all, if we can capture it, slow it down a little bit, we can mitigate some of the wet basements that we see in the borough and the structural damage that can do. In high rain events, it can help mitigate the flooding that we get that some people experience here. But the most important reason is clean water. Clean water for us as borough residents, for Adams County residents, and for all those people who live downstream from us. Clean water for recreation, clean water for drinking. So managing stormwater is necessary, but it's also very costly. And if we're going to meet these federal and state mandates, we're all going to have to pitch in as a community in order to do that. There are certain best management practices you're going to hear about. We will be instituting as a borough, and there are things that you can do in your own backyard.
Over the past half-century, the Borough of Gettysburg has increased density and property owners have added more solid surfaces that do not absorb water, pervious, and in fact shed water, impervious.
Impervious surfaces are anything that does not allow stormwater to infiltrate into the ground. It would include things like parking lots and rooftops. These surfaces will cause the volume of runoff to increase into the streams. The increased volume in the streams causes the streams to erode and increase the amount of total suspended solids, which is sediment that is polluting the Chesapeake Bay.
In order to comply with the state and federal mandates, engineers calculated impervious and pervious areas in the borough. Based on the formula, Gettysburg must reduce about 59,500 pounds of sediment, which is dirt, mud, and organic debris, in our 3 impaired streams via 9 projects over the next 2 years. Those 3 streams are Rock Creek, Stevens, and Culp's Runs.
MS4 stands for Municipal Separate Storm Sewer System. It's an acronym that is used to describe the federal permit that Gettysburg Borough needed to obtain for its storm sewer system. The separate word in the acronym is used to differentiate it from the sanitary sewer. In the past, the storm and the sanitary systems were allowed to be combined, but current regulations require them to be separate. For a while, Gettysburg had to permit and control discharge of sanitary sewer. Now, Gettysburg also needs to permit and control its stormwater runoff. Gettysburg Borough created a Stormwater Authority to handle the requirements of this permit. The general goal of the permit is to reduce the volume of stormwater and the amount of pollutants that are discharged into the streams. In Gettysburg, the receiving streams are Rock Creek, Stevens Run, and Culp's Run, which are all tributary to Chesapeake Bay. The MS4 program affects all property owners in the borough. That includes residential and commercial properties. It also includes nonprofits such as churches. It also includes school systems such as the middle school and Gettysburg College, as well as federal properties such as the National Military Park. All properties will be included. No one can be excluded from the potential fee that's going to be generated.
In order to pay for these initial and future stormwater projects, the Stormwater Authority will be setting an annual fee. This fee will be based on the impervious area of each property. Streets and sidewalks will not be included in this formula. Bills will go out to property owners beginning in July 2019. The average bill for residential properties is expected to be around $100 with discounts for early payment and credit incentives to those who adopt environmentally sound best practices.
There are many things that property owners can do to promote clean water. From simple things like washing cars over permeable surfaces rather than over paved surfaces and getting involved with litter cleanups, to slightly larger best management practices, or BMPs, such as installation of rain barrels and planting of trees, to even larger projects such as installation of infiltration pits and rain gardens on their properties. The authority anticipates implementing a program which will provide credits and incentives to property owners who install BMPs on their properties. Behind me you can see a project that Gettysburg Borough implemented as part of the Gettysburg Inner Loop bike trail system. A component of that project was to restore the stream banks that were eroding. By restoring those stream banks, we were able to reduce the amount of pollutants that are being discharged into the streams, which gives the borough credits towards its pollution reductions that are required by the MS4 permit.
So I hope that this video will give you a better understanding of what MS4 is and how you can help us meet the requirements under that program. So if you need more information, you can go to the borough's website at www.gettysburgpa.gov and find the Stormwater Authority page. Thank you.